On now, Sibanye-Stillwater today announced that nearly 6,000 miners could lose their jobs. The mine is planning a restructuring at its Driefontein operations. Trade Union Solidarity is blaming the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Unions strike for the job losses. It says AMCU members have already lost 3 months' salaries because of the strike. Solidarity also says it signed a wage agreement with the NUM and Sibanye to prevent job losses. For a response to Solidarity's claims and more, I'm joined by AMCU President Joseph Mathunjwa. Mr. Mathunjwa, good evening. Thanks very much indeed for your time. Firstly, your response to what the company announced today.
Thank you and good evening to your viewers. I think it's very clear what are the intention of Neil Froneman. It's continuing with his underhand tactics of trying to break the constitutional right of our members to embark on a protracted strike. Is the very same Neil Froneman that ran to court towards the Christmas of 2018, and he failed dismally. And then he ran again to court even this year to try to break the strike of AMCU, and he failed again. And he tried all the tactics. He tried the violence. Our members were arrested in the picketing areas. He misled the SAPS, South African Police Service, to say the strike is not protected. Our members were arrested in the picketing areas. All his underhand tactics has failed dismal. So now he wants to put a pain to our members or to intimidate our members, to make the retrenchment as a bargaining chip for our members to go back to work empty-handed. That is his tricks.
You don't think you made it easy for him to do that?
No, it's not that we made it easy. Mr. Vuyo, the mine worker who goes 3 kilometers underground earning 7,900 under 60 degrees Celsius, 25 years in democracy, and you've got a CEO of Neil Froneman earning 17,000 rand an hour, of which the RDO cannot even earn this amount per month. What do you call that?
Well, was there no room for an incremental approach so that these workers get to keep on working and earning salaries and perhaps leave to fight another day?
No, I mean, which is another day. I mean, because workers are being killed by the same mine. The same Froneman killed 23 breadwinners last year. The government failed even to raise a hand or a finger to him. No manager was dismissed, no manager was suspended, but they moved one manager from Kloof Mine to Driefontein. This is what the workers should face every day. So if they fight for their dignity, now it comes with retrenchment. And they're the best avoidance measures. Can you imagine if you can retrench Froneman himself, who's earning 64 million per annum, and to the worker who's earning 7,900? The salary of Froneman can save 676 jobs. And therefore, the workers should be the sacrifice for Froneman and his 10 executives to maintain their hyper salaries. So therefore, you can imagine if you can remove all this fat in the structure that is so useless. They sit in the office doing nothing. The VPs who are earning 3.5 million per annum, who are the HR. If you can remove that fat, you can save how many jobs? These 6,000 jobs can be saved. Here is not about there is no production. It's a poor performance. And the poor performance, according to them, is because of their over-promising of the investors for the high return in their investment. So if they fail to meet those targets, then the workers are used as a sacrificial. But in this retrenchment, it's clear that it's targeting all the operation where AMCU is a majority. Why doesn't it go to Kloof, where NUM is a majority?
Now, I want to talk about 2 points that your fellow unions have actually raised. One, according to Solidarity, is that when you went into negotiations, you then changed teams, which set the process back. Why did you withdraw your teams midway through negotiations?
Solidarity is a solidarity are the leftovers of apartheid. Cannot dignify, their nonsense. That is a hogwash. AMCU has got the way of how it negotiates. I cannot waste this airtime that you've given us to respond to these leftovers of apartheid, that they want to maintain this structural wage that was meant for the black mine workers. I'm not going to technify that one. What's a better question that you can ask me?
Okay, perhaps then you can say, what is your strategy? Because clearly, from what has happened, rightly or wrongly, it's now going to cost thousands of workers their jobs. Where to from here?
Remember, South Africa is the only country that has a law that put profits before the workers. So the laws of this country in terms of Labor Relations Act is the only law in the whole world that says if the company doesn't make a profit, people must be retrenched. But however, Froneman, where we are seated in your sofa, in your lounge, we won't make it easy for you. We will make sure that our members of AMCU are protected. Wherever you've got a footprint, we are going to take this war right in your doorstep. We are not going to allow Froneman and 10 executives to loot 151 million per annum, and the RDO goes underground 4 kilometers, killed every day, and go home with silicosis, with, on their wheelchairs. We are not going to allow. And we call to the government that why they don't make noise. People, they must make noise as they make noise with this corruption issue. Why they don't make noise about the CEO salaries that are not kept, these huge bonuses. Froneman in the past financial year, himself, he walloped 100 million, 35 million. His pension fund is 1.1 million. The money that could have been paid workers better. So we have to make noise about these mines, these CEOs that are capturing the state. If we are talking about state capture in South Africa, it's a mining house. Let the president put a commission to check whether these CEOs and their executive, is it really worth to be paid so much money?
So we're going to leave it for this evening. Thanks very much for coming through. AMCU President Joseph Mathunjwa.